kind of makes you wonder what important stuff you were supposed to receive in the mail that you don't even know about because you never received it.
We begin tonight with complaints over mail delivery. A man in the Wilds neighborhood asked on social media, has anyone gotten their mail in West Fargo?
He and his neighbors say at times over the past year, they haven't been getting packages or letters. Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard went to the post office to find out why.
A lot of families, it's quiet.
That's how Michelle Knoblick describes the Wilds in West Fargo.
A lot of friendly neighbors.
But she and many other neighbors are not feeling so fuzzy with USPS.
I'm very frustrated. Very often on our neighborhood Facebook page, there are complaints. And I keep telling them, call this person at the post office, but it's not changing. There are still problems every single day in our neighborhood.
The post office told Knoblick they delivered a package to her home.
But it was not delivered to my house, and they could not tell me where it got delivered to.
One neighbor came home to a package with a sticky note on it. It was from a construction worker that said her package was 2 blocks away in the middle of the road.
2 people in my neighborhood got notifications that there was an attempt made at their home to deliver a package, and they were home and nobody attempted.
After going to the post office with 50 complaints from neighbors, she says nothing's been done.
I have often seen our mail carrier in our neighborhood, even in the winter, drive down the road with his tailgate open with the mail sitting on the back of the tailgate.
While no one would talk locally, a regional spokesperson based out of Colorado explained to me that the problems may be tied to the significant snow event in the western U.S. Now that roads are clear, shipments of mail have arrived in significant amounts, and since everyone is getting dug out, they are digging in. After being busy shoppers on Cyber Monday, Knoblick and her neighbors are staying hopeful.
I am just crossing my fingers that they show up on my doorstep.
In West Fargo, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
USPS says its drivers are expected to bring packages to homes no matter what the conditions are.
Earlier this year, U.S. Senator John Hoeven from North Dakota announced his office would work to resolve our local mail issues. So we reached out to the senator to learn about his investigation. He says he hasn't heard any complaints about mail delivery in West Fargo yet, but his office did contact the Postal Service to ask that they remind residents to follow winter weather guidelines to help carriers out.
Our early December run of nice weather continues, including more melting during the day. Keep an eye out for slippery conditions on the roads and sidewalks tonight, though. Hutch joins us with the latest on your No Wait weather planner. Hutch?
Hey, temperatures today not too bad as we melted some more snow with our sunshine, but we are seeing those temperatures fall fairly quickly. A batch of very light snow showing up on the radar in the northern valley. If there's going to be a chance, our northern neighbors will have the best chance at seeing that. We have clear skies and we are cooling rapidly here in the southern valley. 19 this hour in Moorhead, 28 in Sisseton, 25 in Bemidji, and 28 as well in Grand Forks. We'll slip down into those teens and low 20s this evening, and then overnight south winds take hold and we'll have patchy fog, haze, and steady to slowly rising temperatures overnight. Some of us will see a good chance of some accumulating snow and fog as we go through the overnight, and tomorrow brings big changes. I'll have hour by hour details on what you can expect in your backyard here in just a few moments.
All right, thanks, Hutch. A West Fargo woman is warning of a new scam after she received a text message with her first and last name included, along with her exact address and a mysterious link.
When I first saw it and they had my address, I was like, okay, this is super weird. Like, how did you get my address? I mean, it's super easy nowadays, but you're from a different area code. I don't know you.
Raleigh says when she clicked the link yesterday, it brought her to a cleaning website. Today, however, the website is for new and used cars and asks for her social security number, addresses, and employment information. Experts say while it's good to give a warning to family and friends, it's best to never click on links from unknown numbers or emails, as they could be viruses or a way to access more of your personal information.
A 36-year-old Fargo man has pleaded guilty to having a sexual conversation with a minor. Jason Dvorak will spend 6 months behind bars on a felony count of luring a minor, along with possessing child porn. Authorities say he had a sexual conversation with an 8-year-old girl in August. Dvorak will have to register as a sex offender and will be on supervised probation for 5 years.
A man was critically injured in an explosion in the Southern Valley. Richland County authorities say it happened last night near Wahpeton. The victim was inside a camper when it caught fire and exploded north of town. He was life-flighted to a Fargo hospital with serious injuries. There's still no word on the cause.
A 57-year-old Canadian woman has been identified by friends as the person fatally injured by a horse in Fargo. Kimberly Elliott of Alberta, Canada, died after she was trampled at the NDSU Equine Centre Tuesday morning. Friends say that Elliott has been handling horses for more than 20 years, transporting them around the country. The horse that trampled her had been inside a trailer when it got spooked, knocking her to the ground.
If you needed it and she could help, she would. She was there for everybody and anybody.
And they can be a very calm animal by and large. If we handle them in a calm way, they choose to calm down.
Jubilee Equine in Horace, which teaches people how to safely ride a horse, says horses are unpredictable animals, but they are quite gentle. The community came to the rescue after learning about a 3-year-old dog's near miss with death. More than $900 was raised to help cover the dog's medical costs. We first told you about Elise after she had been shot. She is starting her recovery process in a foster home until she's finally ready for adoption.
A Giving Tuesday stunt paid off for a local animal shelter. After spending hours outside in his long underwear, Keith Benning raised more than $35,000 for the Turtle Mountain Animal Rescue. The money will be used to help build a shelter for the rescue, which currently operates out of Benning's garage.
Communities and scientists continue to track the number of vaping-related illnesses around the country. In North Dakota, there have been 10 confirmed cases, with another 6 probable cases and 2 suspected cases. Minnesota is seeing much higher numbers, with 125 confirmed or probable cases, 23 under review, and 3 confirmed deaths.
The Minnesota Attorney General says his office is filing a lawsuit against Juul Labs, the manufacturer of vaping products. Keith Ellison said today his office is suing the labs, alleging they have deceived or misled Minnesota consumers of all ages. Problems with vaping continue across the country, with nearly 50 deaths and more than 2,000 people affected by lung illness linked to vaping. 3 of those deaths were in Minnesota.
But my message to Juul as they're listening today is you can hire your attorneys, you will have your day in court, but we will bring the righteous justice of the state of Minnesota down on Juul.
Earlier this fall, Governor Tim Walz went on a 3-day tour with students and teachers to learn more about the vaping boom in Minnesota schools. Part of the reason for the tour was to help the current administration understand the faces and stories behind the growing numbers.
Someone in Grand Forks showed their generosity to the Salvation Army to the tune of $1,000 in cash. Now, in addition to that, 2 gold coins were dropped off in a red kettle earlier this week. The coins are valued at around $3,000. The Salvation Army does say overall, however, this has been a slow donation season.
Maroon 5 is coming to the Fargo Dome. The band will perform August 8th. Meghan Trainor will be the opening act. Tickets go on sale next Friday, December 13th, but American Express card members can get tickets early starting December 9th in select markets.
Later on Valley News Live at 6. Is North Dakota ready for recreational pot? Why supporters are confident that voters will say yes this time.
Sunshine and 30s once again up and down the Red River Valley and in southeast North Dakota. 28 today, your high temperature in Fosston. Big time changes begin for some of us overnight. I'll tell you about it. Join me for full weather coming up right after this.